Big tech looking to create a whole lot of jobs. Don't you like that? The only problem, though, won't be here. And that, in this case, Jeff Bezos announcing an additional $3 billion in investment in India to help that country create jobs over there. Dan Schaefer of Schaefer Asset Management joins me now. Now, Dan, we'll set it up this way. In India, which is the largest democracy in the world, it's got over 1 billion people, they'll soon have the largest population in the world, one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Amazon wants to be there. They've set up rules and regulations, though, that make it tough for Amazon. Did they essentially hold Amazon hostage?
Well, I don't know if they're going to hold them hostage, but they're trying to get...
I mean, is this $3 billion sort of ransom to be able to play in the country?
Well, I would think that something is going on because $3 billion is a lot of money. He started at $2 billion and he's adding another $3 billion. So something is going on to keep them there and make them bigger in India. Now, again, the population's growing. They have more access to the internet. There's more buying going on. Again, more people. But I'm concerned about the fact that he would take what can be done in the United States to India, especially with technology today of the internet. He's building a research and development for software engineering. He's going to create jobs. He's investing in startups. What's wrong with America? Why can't you keep that money here? And I think this is a very liberal left move, sending a message to Donald Trump.
Well, here's what some in Silicon Valley would say. They would say, listen, we don't have people graduating from American high schools and universities that can do this kind of work. In fact, if you go to most colleges in California, if you look at the new businesses in Silicon Valley, it's actually Indians and Chinese who are getting these degrees and starting these businesses. Is there something of a clarion call or a red flag beyond politics that we all should take note of here?
Absolutely. I don't disagree with that. But with the kind of money and the structure that Bezos is using in India, and again, maybe they are more intelligent when it comes to
not intelligent.
technology.
I'm just saying that they've gone through, they've graduated a lot of tech students and tech engineers.
Yes, and they're not here. So we need to create that infrastructure in the United States.
Should Bezos put up money for that? You know, I mean, you do hear Bezos complaining about this. You hear a lot of these Silicon Valley guys. Should they actually say, hey, you know what, if you believe it, why don't you set up some money? Why don't you put some money aside to help these kids in our high school?
Absolutely.
So that they don't have, yeah.
It's called farming. They need to farm the generation that will help with this technology and get the education that they need instead of going overseas. Because, you know, America is America. And they're ripping it apart by taking things away from the country instead of rebuilding the country. And $3 billion is a lot of money. And he claims that he's there to help startups, help their economy, put people to work and create jobs. What about over here?
No,
doesn't make sense.
You're an investor, right? You're a professional investor. You invest a lot of money for a lot of people.
By the way, I do not own Amazon stock.
All right. Now, here's the thing, now. America is just a tiny part of the global economy. Global, you know, where do these companies draw the line? Because they do want to sell their products in other countries also. So where do they draw the line? Because Caterpillar went through this with the Obama administration. Took a lot of criticism, even though most of the growth comes from outside of this country.
Right.
To have more employees here, even as the business grows outside of America.
There's nothing wrong with that. Keep your center, keep the focus in the United States with technology. Like I said before, Charles, I mean, I operate my business. I could deal with people anywhere in the world from where I am. It doesn't matter. I don't have to be in India and build an infrastructure
well, you need
there.
Fulfillment centers and things like that.
I do not disagree with fulfillment centers. Of course, you're selling products. You need to ship them and have a place where they go. But as far as the backbone and the corporate management of these companies, I believe, and you just said, you know, America's small. No, America is big. The dollar is the strongest, you know, currency.
No, I'm just saying
we're
less than 10% of the world's population. If you're selling gadgets, you like to sell it to 5 billion people as opposed to only 300 million. But here's my point too, and I think this does underscore what Donald Trump is saying. We should have more aggressive policies in America to force companies to do more things like India did with Amazon, ultimately. Is that,
well, of course, and it all deals in with the tax structure and helping the companies in this country give money to help educate, grow the population.
We got to go.
To be able to buy the goods. Anyway, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You got it, buddy. Thanks a lot.